Back to Anita and Jason.
Thanks, Amy. Now,
That's expensive.
what?
Sorry, the petrol prices. Anyway.
$14.1, that sounds pretty good compared to what I paid 2 days ago.
Not for premium.
Do you use premium?
I have to use premium.
You do not.
In my little Beamer.
BMW drivers, I don't know. Now then, some people have attitude problems against BMW drivers. Some people have attitude problems against Star Trek fans.
Like me, I know nothing about Star Trek or
But you
Star
don't
Wars.
have
Same thing,
an attitude
isn't it?
against them, though, do you?
No, actually no, I don't. I want to learn more, so.
Star Trek, it's been around for years and years and years, boldly going where man has never been before, and the man trying to bring it boldly back to WA is Mr. Matt Miller. Good morning, Matty.
Good morning, Jason. How are you? Good morning, Anita.
Good
Splendid.
morning, what a great intro.
Thanks.
It was really good. I think it took you about 7 takes in the actual shoot last week, but you know, we'll look over that one. No,
so you're bringing out a new program called the all-new SciFi Sector.
That's the
Why?
one. I feel like it, and it's about time that we had some science fiction on free-to-air Australian television.
Now, you were saying the other day you have to try and get the rights to bring the Star Trek back to Australia.
That's right.
So no one's showing the old episodes or anything at the moment.
No one's showing anything related to Star Trek at the moment. Everyone's expired on their rights.
Why that is.
Yeah, and it's really funny because Channel 9 actually, even with their terrible time slot of midnight, you know, they still put it to air because there is the niche market for it.
Now the Trekkies are pretty much die-hard fans. How many numbers are we talking about? Do you have any idea?
We're talking at at least 40 to 50,000 in WA alone.
Is that right?
Yeah, and they number in the millions in the US. And it's really funny because you get people that go, well, why? I mean, it's a TV series, but when you look at it, it's been going. It's the 40th anniversary here in Australia this year. It's spawned 5 television series. It's spawned 10 movies with an 11th in production. Countless games, books, internet fan sites that number in the millions as well. You know, just the number of megabytes that are online now. And let's not even go into YouTube because you could probably find whole episodes there, you know. And it's just crazy that, you know, people are doing this.
So Matt, what makes science fiction so good, really? Because I can't get into it.
It's
Not enough dancing.
Not enough dancing.
What is science fiction, first of all? What qualifies as being science fiction?
It's anything. People have the notion that it's all to do with space and aliens and one-eyed green-legged monsters from Mars. It's not that, you know. Like you look at Terminator. That was a science fiction. It's something that isn't real, but is possible. You know, I mean, you look at Star Trek back in the 60s with communicators. William Shatner invented the communicator. At least that's his claim. In a new DVD out.
Is that right?
But sorry, didn't invent the communicator. He invented the mobile phone through the communicator that he has on the original series.
Scotty, beam me up.
Yes.
Well, it's good of the US military to take so much attention as to what Captain Kirk was doing at the time.
Well, that's exactly right.
To invent CDMA on his behalf. Well done, US military. I would like to have a chat with William Shatner about that. But look, what I think about was really fantastic about Gene Roddenberry, a bit of a visionary man, obviously the original creator of the Star Trek franchise, if you like. But a lot of the different worlds that they inhabit are basically metaphors for our own world, aren't they? I know, like Deep Space Nine, for example, is like a great big, what would you call it, like a consulate in space.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's the whole vision of Gene Roddenberry's vision of the future. You know, the original Star Trek was pitched as a wagon train to the stars, and it's basically every week they touch on an issue that they wouldn't dare look at doing in the real world. You know, like they wouldn't. NBC was very reserved about the show because it was focusing on you know, on rights and human liberties and all the rest of it. You know,
back in the early days, it was pretty sexist. You watch the really, really old episodes now, and every time there was a woman on set, all the aliens were hot women, and Captain Kirk would be like, "It's all right, I'll look after you. I'm a strong man."
Exactly.
But what I found particularly interesting, like, is Uhura was the first black woman on American television.
Yes. Yep. And she, the networks actually didn't want her as soon as they saw that she'd been cast by Gene. And that the part was more than a yes sir, no sir. They were just going, can't happen. You can't have a black woman on television. It's just not you know, permissible. And now you look at it. Whoopi Goldberg appeared in the Next Generation because of Nichelle Nichols.
Guinan.
Yes, you said it finally.
Yes.
You have to watch SciFi to figure that one out.
Star Trek we're talking about?
Star Trek.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Okay.
Is that Deep Space Nine?
No, I'm just saying-
There's actually a lounge. It's called what's forward.
10 forward.
10 forward. There we
Yeah,
go.
on
And
the
Diana
Enterprise.
is Whoopi Goldberg.
And-
She's the bartender.
Yeah,
And-
so
and I
I
mean,
haven't watched.
You even look at you can watch Deep Space Nine now and relate it to what's happening at the moment in Iraq and Afghanistan, because there's there's the occupation. The Cardassians occupied Bajor, and that happened. I'm not going to get into politicals, but occupations, wars, stuff that's happening because one person or one side doesn't like what the other side thinks and all the rest of it, and it's exactly what's happening in the real
So
world.
some great themes, like
Yeah.
teaching lessons in amongst it.
Exactly, and I mean you can go back to the original series now and still find links to it in the real world. And the interesting fact, again, just going back to your sexist female comment, the original pilot had Mr. Spock as the second in command rather than the first, the third in command rather than the actual first officer. They actually had Michelle Barrett as as number one, and the networks actually rejected the pilot because of her. Because she was there as the person in command when Captain Kirk went down to the planet. She was in command of the starship, and I went, that's not going to happen.
So we live in more enlightened times these days, where we understand that obviously women can be powerful and intelligent and run the world, and that's what these guys are campaigning for at the moment. So what are you doing to change things, Matt?
Well, I'd like to see Star Trek brought back to Australia, and given some sort of just any sort of time slot, it's just we just want it back. And now that the original series is being remastered in high definition with 5.1 surround sound, so those episodes are out now on HD DVD, and it's just we just need it back because there's people growing up.
We've got to wrap it up, but can our viewers do anything to help? Can we get some emails in saying bring back Trek? Will that help the cause?
SciFi Sector.tv is the website. And we are going to get an online petition going up because over the next couple of days I'm actually going to enter negotiations with CBS Paramount to bring Star Trek back. And so the Sci-Fi Sector, in a quick summary, is we're gunning for a September 26 premiere date. We were going to have a half-hour tribute to Star Trek, but unfortunately due to licensing restrictions we're going to hold on to that half-hour tribute and put it on a little bit later on. But September 26th we're going to have a special parody movie. All the details on SciFiSector.tv.
No worries.
And we've even got a play out to the break.
And we'll make all those details available on wakeupwa.com. Send us a little email or jump onto Maddie's site and do the right thing. Good to see someone stepping forward and doing what they believe in, Matt.
Thank you. And thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason, for stepping in at the last minute too, being my co-host on the show.
There we go. We don't talk me up. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll have another guest. So go grab yourself a coffee. We'll see you in a minute and a half.
A new era of discovery is about to begin.